Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to.
What's up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, joined by my good friend, Christian. How you doing, man?
Dude, what's up? What's up? I'm back. Here to talk about Raw. Last time I talked about SmackDown. Way better show, way more positive things to say. So let's get started.
Yes. So as Christian mentioned, we're covering WWE Monday Night Raw from July 22nd, 2024, live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Hello, Wisconsin. So
70 show.
Gunther comes out to the ring to start off Raw. Gunther says, "Let me explain myself quick for my actions last week. I took some time to reflect on what I said to Damian Priest. I still think he's a bum. What's at stake is prestige and honor to this great sport. Why did I come out here first? Because Damian Priest does not live up to it. The cute sob story doesn't hide that Damian Priest is a wannabe. Show me your friends. They show me who you are. Today, the ring general judges the Judgment Day. They are trash. Damian Priest, come out here and hand me my title. You can then go home to the trailer park." So then world champion Damian Priest comes out, and Priest automatically punches Gunther. They brawl, referees and guards separate them. Damian Priest launches at the guards, and they get separated. They fight in the parking lot, and this is an all-out brawl here. I know Damian Priest is your guy. What'd you think of this quick little bit?
First off, fuck Gunther for keep calling him street trash. Like, my family comes from the exact same place Damian Priest does, Puerto Rican, New York. Fuck you, Gunther. As a fan, I think Gunther's really great. He has that old school presence about him that a lot of people like, including myself. I'm not gonna be fully biased just because I like Priest. I do think Gunther's doing a good job of making people like me hate him even more.
Yeah.
There was one thing important I was gonna touch on and I forgot. Oh yeah. My only thing with Gunther with his promos, like, in this precious sport, this great sport. How many times do we need to hear that, bro? Like, that's the only thing I wish he would kind of fix up on his promos. But I mean, we're seeing week in, week out, everyone was talking shit on Damian Priest in the beginning of his title run, and I think a lot of people are starting to enjoy it. Hot take, I think a lot of people are starting to enjoy it more than Cody's. I really see Priest retaining, and we'll get more to that if I'm with you here for the SummerSlam predictions, sometime next week. But it's just I think Priest has more of the momentum going into this, but this is good. I'm excited to see what they do tomorrow.
Do you think, and I was saying this, I think it's kind of weird how I get it's Gunther's character that he is this, like, respectable, rich, whatever. But until Gunther, we didn't really hear this trash talk about Damian Priest being street trash. So it's kind of weird that, like, I like Damian Priest, but I don't want to have sympathy for him, Like, I like him as just...
Well, they're trying to turn him face.
I get it, but I just feel like if he came out and he was like, "I'm proud of where I come from, like, these are my people, you're talking about me, but you're also talking about my people," then it's a little bit different, right? Because then he's like defending. Right now, it's like he's almost like what Gunther is saying, it's not true, but it's like he's kind of now, like, I don't want to feel sorry for him. I don't know. I just feel like I think they should have just kept them both heels for this match. Because what happens after, like, that gives other people the right to say the same thing. Like Damian Priest is nothing. Like, he's street. It doesn't add up with Damian Priest's gimmick, I feel like, if he attacked, like, when he attacked the Judgment Day and he's like, "You are who you hang out," that makes sense. But nobody before has ever mentioned where Damian Priest is from, or like, and that's never really been in his gimmick, So it's just kind of weird that now their big issue is not just the title, it's that Gunther is trash talking where Priest is from. But That's WWE, right? That's what they're going to do. Our first match, though, we have a #1 contenders for the Intercontinental title, Bron Breakker versus Ilija Dragunov. And this is a really good match, as usual. Ilija Dragunov usually pulls it off. A lot of back and forth action. Ilya lands a Constantine special, a power bomb. Braun lands a super Frankensteiner. Ilya lands a DVD to Bron Breakker on the apron. Ilya jumps to the floor, but is met with a spear. And then the referee calls for the bell, and Bron Breakker wins by knockout after officials check on Ilija Dragunov. What do you think of the finish? And is Bron Breakker the right guy to go against Sami?
Yes. I love Ilya. Excuse me. I love Ilija Dragunov. But I've been saying this for so long. If anybody should have been brought up first and had the more momentum, it should have been Bron Breakker. I mean, he's a Steiner. He knows what he's doing. He has the look. He's so fucking quick, so big, athletic for his size. I think he should win at SummerSlam. I know Triple H is a Sami boy, and I know, I don't like Sami, but his matches are good. I just think it's time that we have a championship on Bron Breakker. I mean, he is the future of WWE. So I'm happy they're treating him like it.
If they don't give him this win, and I said this for, I think it was Money in the Bank, like, I didn't like how they made him lose clean, because leading up to it, he was destroying everybody,
Right. And now he's destroying Sami again. So,
and it's like, but what I just don't understand is, where was that energy in the match? Like, he took a haluva kick and that was it. So if Braun doesn't win this, I really don't think he's tough. It's like, you destroy everybody, but when it counts, it's like,
I agree.
You can't keep losing, because then it's like, we're going to be like, okay, you're not as much as a beast because you lose to one guy twice. So hopefully he gets the victory here. Dominik Mysterio is talking to Rhea Ripley backstage. He says that he's worried that Jey Uso asked for Rhea's number. Rhea says she was fooling around and she's seen what he posts on social media. Finn wants Dominik to fight Jey, and Rhea says, use your brain. There's no point in having starting an issue with someone else. Rhea leaves, and then Finn tells Dominik, you know what you need to do. More little hints that maybe Finn Balor might not be this trustworthy guy who wants the Judgment Day to succeed. It looks like Finn Balor wants to see shit hit the fan. Do you get that as well, or is that just my...
He wants Priest's world title, absolutely.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
Him and JD winning the tag team title was just part of the plan for Liv, JD, and Finn to all have gold.
Yeah, I think something's going to happen. Finn's definitely going to go against Damian Priest, but I just hope they do it right. Next up, Lyra Valkyria with Kaden Carter and Dakota Chance takes on Sonya Deville with Zoey Stark and Shayna representing the studs. Yes. Lyra hits a sit-out gut-wrench power bomb to get a 2, a Northern Lights suplex. Shayna distracts the referee. Zoey pushes Lyra off the top rope. Kaden and Katana attack on the floor, and Sonya hits Lyra with an advocate. What do you think of Sonya's win streak so far?
I think she's the leader of the studs, of course. She represents the studs pretty well. But no, I've always thought she was criminally underrated. She was with Mandy most of her career, and with her being so hot, I think she's really been overshadowed. She had her whole general manager role, which I think was stupid. I think they only did that because she was injured, I believe. But she's been criminally underrated for a long time, and I think this was a good win for her.
I like seeing her win matches because I agree with you. I would like to see Sonya as like the NXT Women's Champion, I feel like she brings a lot, but her character, as you mentioned, she was the general manager at one point. She was with Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
Now she's a fucking stud, and she's a leader of the studs. So I like this. Fun fact, Dakota Kai isn't a lesbian. She's dating Eddie Thorpe from NXT.
Who?
Eddie Thorpe.
Who's dating Eddie Thorpe?
Dakota Kai.
Oh, yeah. I thought she was with Shayna.
No, I thought she was one of the studs, but
No, I thought Shayna and Dakota Kai were together, but they're not.
find
Yeah,
out
I saw that picture
every day. Something we
Yeah, I
also
saw that
found out was that we got another VHS tape. This time it's Nikki Cross. She's listening as Uncle Howdy says, they used and abandoned you. I'll set you free. Then Uncle Howdy says, look at you. And Nikki just screams into the camera. What'd you think of this one? We got really going from Eric Rowan last week. What do you think of this one?
I don't care for Nikki Cross. I liked Rowan because that felt really real, but Nikki Cross, she plays the part really well though.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't care for her story. She has no relation to Bray or anything like Bo and Eric Rowan do.
I do think she's the creepiest one for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I felt like we should have gotten a bit more like explaining why she chose to go with them instead she's just screaming, but maybe over time we'll find out more. But it was okay. CM Punk comes out next. CM Punk says, my surgeon said,
yes, CM Punk, baby.
Yep. So if he's cleared, he says, so Drew McIntyre, come get this beating you deserve. Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew says, all these times you screwed me over. There's nothing that's going to stop me from tearing you apart. But I don't want to tonight. CM Punk says, well, I do. CM Punk runs at Drew McIntyre, but a bunch of guards come out. Drew says, you need to control your emotions. When I get upset, I turn to family. And he looks at the bracelet that he stole from CM Punk. Adam Pearce comes out. Pearce says, you're not fighting tonight. Drew McIntyre is reinstated, and CM Punk is clear to compete. So at SummerSlam, it will be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. However, if either of you lay a finger on each other, the match is off. And I actually have a referee problem with this match. Cue Seth freaking Rollins. He comes out. Seth says, we had a problem, didn't we? You two morons caused all the chaos you caused with all the chaos you two caused, it has scared away anyone from being near you. I got a little solution. I know a guy who thrives on chaos. The two of you, and who can put the two of you in your places at SummerSlam. He is your special guest referee. He is Seth freaking Rollins. We called it. We knew Seth was going to be an official in this match.
Was dumb.
What do you think?
All right. So, I don't know why they had Seth Rollins be the special guest referee. I think I've always said this. You can disagree. Ant back there, you can disagree as well. Seth Rollins and CM Punk is the bigger match. I don't care what anyone says. Now, Drew and Punk have done a phenomenal job building it to the point where now we need to see, like, oh, okay, this is now it's a big match. I still think Seth Rollins and Punk is the bigger match. I still don't have a legit reason after WrestleMania, especially when Seth Rollins is out there congratulating Drew, all this shit, praising him, even before their title match at WrestleMania. Nothing has given me a belief that these three all hate each other. It feels to me more like Punk and Seth hate, or Punk and Drew hate. Oh my God. It feels more like Seth and Drew hate Punk more than Punk hates Seth and Drew, and then Seth hates Punk and Punk. You know what I'm trying to say? All three don't hate each other. They all just hate Punk. I think Seth Rollins should have done something to where he interferes during the match, and then for him to set up Punk, because we were supposed to get Seth and Punk at WrestleMania before Rollins' injury. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about this, because it's just going to feel to me, unless Seth Rollins does try to come. Now, we saw Seth and Drew like hit each other, like go at it, like maybe there is some animosity there, but for the most part, those two only just hate Punk. Like, Seth has to do something in this match to where it's gonna get me to believe that all three of them could have a triple threat match. And if they were gonna have a triple threat match, why didn't they just have it? Like, I don't get the whole special guest referee thing. Like, I hate it. I hate it.
I think this is a way to turn Seth Rollins heel. I think they're gonna have CM Punk get close to winning.
But how is CM Punk
Um,
the heel? I just don't understand how CM Punk's the heel in this. I get it. I'm guilty because I still cheer for him. But like, Punk's the heel. He cost Drew McIntyre 3 title wins when the world loves Drew in his hometown. I just don't get how in this situation Drew is still the babyface. I don't get
but
it.
I think it's kind of like the Stone Cold deal, like right? It's like WWE wants you to hate him, but no matter what he does, you keep liking him. I really think they
Right.
want CM Punk to be the good guy here. I mean, with the way that he stole the bracelet, Drew McIntyre. I mean, most fans would think that Drew has it coming, right? With the way that you know Drew kept getting involved. I do agree with you though, because CM Punk actually has fucked over Drew a lot, more
No,
so.
and especially in his home fucking country, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I know if a guy fucked me over in my home country, like if I'm in wrestling in Puerto Rico and somebody comes and does that, oh, it's war. Like for like, I don't know, I don't know. Like, I
I
just don't get
think,
even for like
go ahead.
fans in general that want Drew McIntyre to be champion because there's Drew McIntyre. You could say the same thing even when he's trying to be a heel, he still has fans because I'm still a fan of him too. I'm a fan of all three of these guys, but
Yep.
like it just the only real baby face here is Seth Rollins.
Yeah. And I think if for people to, turn on Seth, you don't root for someone that screws somebody over, right? And I think that's the problem is that, they've all screwed, except for Seth, they've all screwed each other over. So it's like, who do you root for? But I think with Seth, this is a perfect way to get him to stop being a babyface, to have him screw over CM Punk, um, and then have the two of them fight. Because right now, there's really no point of them fighting. There's really nothing that, I mean, I know that CM Punk cost Seth Rollins the title, but to be honest, that was kind of Seth's fault for losing himself. So I
Yeah,
think if you want to make Seth turn into a bad guy, you got to have him, screw over Punk. Punk is gonna, Punk and Drew McIntyre go at it. They have a decent match. Punk's about to get the win. No, Rollins hits him with a curb stomp, and then Rollins can play the game of like, listen, I don't know why you're booing me. I did to him what he did to me. I'm a
yep.
good guy here, and then of course everyone loves Punk, so they're gonna, so I feel like they could do something with this if they wanted to. We see Finn Balor talking to Dominik Mysterio again backstage, and he's like, "Look, this corner, go down this hallway." Dominik goes down the hallway and he sees Liv Morgan right there. Dom says, "What are you doing?" Liv says, "Don't worry, everything is okay." Dom says, "It is. Me and Rhea are great." Finn shows up and Liv leaves. I think Finn knew Liv was right there. He sent her on. He sent her to live on purpose. He wants to see something happen, but Dominik is not budging. He is in love with Rhea. We'll talk about that in a minute. Next up, we see the Final Testament. They defeat the team of Xavier Woods, Akira Tozawa, and Otis after Karrion gets control and hits Xavier Woods with his finisher. Um, Afterwards, Chad Gable and the Creeds come out. Gable says, "I want to help my former pupils. You assumed leadership and then lost, Otis. I recruited freak pro athletes to stand by my side. I'm here to offer you an opportunity. Come back to your coach." He says the Wyatt Six is after everyone, and you will need protection. You will get protection by joining us. Otis says, "My answer is no." The Creeds and Chad Gable attack Otis and toss him in shoulder first into the ring post. The Wyatt Six music hits. Smoke fills the ring. The Wyatt Six appear on the stage. Uncle Howdy appears behind Gable. Uncle Howdy says, "There you are." He kisses Gable and hits his sister Abigail. Do you think we're going to get Uncle Howdy and Gable at SummerSlam, or do you think they're going to wait it off?
I don't see why not. Like, I'm finally happy that Gable is oh shit, hold up. I'm finally happy that Gable, like, we're finally seeing Uncle Howdy and Gable like in the ring together. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They could. I mean, they could. Now that, yeah, they could. I know I'm not too interested in the Uncle Howdy stuff at the moment.
Yeah, I get
And
it.
I know a lot of people
They make
are,
them
but
fight. I want to see the two of them go at it at SummerSlam. Also, something else happened before this match. Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn is interviewed. Sami says, Braun earned the win. I am taking him very seriously. Braun, don't make the same mistake you did at Money in the Bank. Take me seriously because I'm bringing 100%. As this is going on, we see Judgment Day beat up Jey Uso. Sami goes to health. So it looks like Sami and Jey Uso are working together for the moment, maybe just to handle Judgment Day. What'd you think of this?
yeah, this is okay. I like both guys.
Yeah,
yeah.
decent stuff. Bronson Reed is about to fight Pete Dunne, but before the match, Sheamus comes out. He hits Pete Dunne with a running knee, a knee to Bronson Reed. Sheamus lands 10 beats to the Bowery to Pete and a bro kick to Bronson Reed. Sheamus is the last man standing here. We'll probably get a triple threat between the three, but what do you think?
Yeah, another filler.
Another filler. Yeah, nothing really special. Rhea Ripley confronts Judgment Day backstage. Finn wants a match with Jey Uso. Rhea says Jey is not to be touched. She asks Dominik where he's been. Carlito says you should ask Liv. And then Rhea drags Dominik to the ring. So Rhea comes out with Dominik. Rhea says, Liv, you want him, come get him. World Women's Champion Liv Morgan shows up in the stands. Liv says, hi, guys. I'm not coming down because I have self-control. I waited all this time. I can wait till SummerSlam. I have feelings for you, Dom, and he has feelings for me. You can't deny that because gorgeous men like Dom don't go for girls that look like you. They go for girls like me. And she shows off her ass, which, hubba bubba. Dominik grabs Rhea. Dominik says, let me take care of this. Liv says, I feel the same way you do. Say those three little words, Dom. Dominik says, I hate you, Liv. I don't like you. You ruined my life. Liv leaves crying, and Rhea licks Dominik.
That Spanish promo was awesome.
Yeah, he did speak to her in Spanish. I forgot that. Thank you for mentioning that. He basically called her a bitch, awesome. Right? What do you think? Do you think this is his plan? Do you think he's really working with Rhea, or do you think?
I think he turns on Rhea at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But what's his motive? Like, he got Liv upset. Was that what he wanted to do?
I think what's gonna happen is Rhea's gonna turn on, or Dom's gonna turn on Rhea at SummerSlam, causing Rhea to retain or Liv to retain. And I don't know. Now that I think about it, because I still think Finn wants to turn on all the Judgment Day. So I don't know. I think Dom really does want to be with Rhea. I don't know. That's hard. This is going to be really interesting. This is hard to put out. Now that Rhea's actually back, like, this is so, like, it either could happen, but I
don't think she's going to win the title. I think something's going to happen, and she's not going to win it.
I hope she does, but yeah, I agree with you.
Next up, Zelina Vega is taking on Zoey Stark. During the match, Zelina hits Zoey with her her arm brace, and Zelina gets a code red to defeat Zoey Stark. Filler, nothing really good here. And then our main event also wasn't really exciting. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso defeat the Judgment Day after Jey hits JD McDonough with an Uso splash. After the match, Bron Breakker lays out Sami Zayn with a spear, and that's how Raw ends. What do you think?
Say that one more time.
No, I'm just talking about the main event, just how it was kind of like bland, nothing really special happened. Jey gets the win after an Uso splash, and then Sami gets out with a spear.
Yeah, I mean, this was a good. I like the entrance they did, like them both coming out of the stands. Like, I know a lot of people were happy to see like a reunion between these two. Did their special handshake. Nothing special. I mean, this was an tag team title match, so
yeah.
What the fuck's the point? This is a weak main event.
To Raw. So, what was your favorite moment from this episode of Raw tonight?
Definitely Priest and just attacking the shit out of Gunther. He didn't even say he went in the ring and said,
and just
I loved it.
I like the Liv and Rhea stuff. I like how it's constantly making me wanting to see what's next. But yeah, decent episode of Raw. We've got SmackDown to cover, and then we got Raw and SmackDown in the pay-per-view. SummerSlam is starting early this year. I might do a special where I'm talking about the best matches of SummerSlam. I don't know if I have time. There's a lot of matches on the list. But until next time, Christian, where can people check you out?
Same as usual, Chris Russell TV X on Twitter.
All right.
Follow me.
And we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Check us out on YouTube. Search, subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay notified. Check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.